It's midterm election time, and voters in California are going to head to the polls in a few days for state and local primaries there. Of course, California, it doesn't get more Democratic. It's a deep blue state, as they say, but Republicans are hoping to make gains as President Biden's approval rating, that's in the tank. And they want to also take on the Democratic Party on a range of issues. So here to tell us how they plan to do it, Chairwoman of the California Republican Party, Jessica Millan Patterson. Thank you very much for being with us, Jessica.
Hi, Terry. Thanks for having me.
So, as I just said, you're a Republican in California. We know about Ronald Reagan and so many of the other great Republicans from California, Earl Warren as well. But now it's, as I said, one of the bluest states in the country. How can Republicans win there?
Well, certainly people think of California as an incredibly deep blue state, but I'll have you know, Californians sent more new Republicans to the House of Representatives in 2020 than any other state in the nation. We played in 4 congressional seats. We won all 4 of those congressional seats, unseating 4 Democrats. This year, following redistricting, California actually has the opportunity to send 5 more Republicans to the House of Representatives. And as you know, we only trail Democrats by about 5 seats in the House of Representatives. So taking back the majority comes straight through California.
So there is no iron law that would require Californians to vote Democrat, but they do allow it. You sense a change?
Well, certainly. Here in California, today we reached another high of $6.24 a gallon for gas. There's only 7 other states in the nation that are above $5 a gallon in gas. We're about $1.50 above the national average. I can guarantee you when Californians are paying $7 a gallon for gas, they're going to be looking for change. Here in California, the top issues remain being affordability, housing costs, the homeless crisis, and of course, public safety. California Democrats have failed them on every single one of those issues, and California Republicans are offering solutions.
So you may have some wins in your sails right now, but let me ask you about, we talked to the head of the Democratic Party in California earlier today, your counterpart. He says democracy is on the ballot in this cycle. That's what he's telling us is one of the major issues for voters. And we know that Kevin McCarthy, a Republican from California, presumptive Speaker of the House, if he wins, if the GOP takes control in November. And I would just wonder, does the Republican Party in California have a stance on the false election fraud claims from Kevin McCarthy, from former President Trump, who claims he is the legitimate president because he won the last election? Do you guys have a position on that?
We worked incredibly hard, not after the 2020 election cycle, but before the 2020 election cycle, to instill confidence in our elections here in California. With those 4 congressional seats, we had about 60% of all of the ballots being watched by lawyers, staff, and volunteers. When we win a seat like my Congressman Mike Garcia by 333 votes, there is absolutely the opportunities for improper actions to happen. But we were prepared, we were on the ground, and we made sure that that vote was secure. In the 2021 election cycle, when we had the recall on the ballot of Gavin Newsom, well, the outcome wasn't what we had hoped for. The work that we did on building infrastructure on election integrity was critical. Making sure that we had representation in all 58 counties for election integrity, having lawyers on the ground in every single one of those counties, developing relationships with our county clerks. We are working incredibly hard so that California voters of every political party have confidence in our elections here in California.
So those are all things done under election laws to make sure that voting is taking place as it should. Do you think that the goal is to keep people from voting? Because that is the suspicion on the other side. There are some voters you don't want to come to the polls, and these lawyers, this army of lawyers and others are going to try to go after those votes.
Our work here in California is to make sure that every legal vote is counted.
All right, and so let me broaden it out a little bit on the news. 2 big issues out there. First, and more important at this moment, this shooting in Uvalde, Texas, and what it spurred in the American conversation about, do we have to live like this? Is our culture of gun ownership such, and we can do nothing really except fortify the schools to stop it? How big an issue is that for California voters, do you think?
Well, first of all, I think, not just as a parent, but as a human being, heartbreak doesn't begin to describe what Americans are feeling when we watched what happened last week. I think the best thing that has come out of this is watching the work that's being done, especially in the Senate with the bipartisan group, about how we can make sure that we are protecting our children. And honestly, I'm looking really forward to see what comes out of that.
All right. Well, Jessica Millan Patterson, thank you very much, Chairwoman of the Republican Party in California. Thanks for being with us. Hope to see you again.
Thanks, Terry.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.